All right, ladies and gentlemen. So for this problem, channel plate, this one seemed very intimidating to most of you. I can assure you that it's not. The only real issue that we have here is with regards to dimensioning, where your dimensions are going to be a little bigger because this drawing is 1.25 inches by 1.5 inches. So how we're going to start, we're going to cut this in half. As you can see, we're going to draw a fake line of symmetry right here. Then we have to offset a couple of things. So let's get to it. So I'm going to open up my master file. So some of you guys have drawn on your master file. That's why I saved it like this. I just want to let you guys know what you can do is do this right here. Press the delete button on your keyboard. I am going to save my master file so that I have nothing on it. And we are going to get started. So we are going to go to our construction layer property. After that, we are going to do xline, our favorite command. Remember, xline is the basis of everything we almost do, okay? Oh, rookie mistake. Got to turn my ortho mode on. So I create my horizontal line. I'm going to create my vertical line right here. I'm going to press escape. Now I'm going to bring this over here. So ideally, we want to create, let me bring up the calculator too. Calculator. So we want to create a drawing area. We're going to create it 1.50 and then 1.25 divided by 2 because we're going to mirror it. So that's 0.625. If you don't remember, 0.625 is 5/8 in fraction form. So 1 second, as I go back over here to AutoCAD, I am going to, once again, offset my vertical line by 1.5, my horizontal line by 0.625. So let's get to it. 0.625. I'm going to do this first. Horizontal, right there. Then, again, 1.5. Now, you guys are going to tell me, Mister, why is it so small? That is because, again, we have a very small drawing, ladies and gentlemen. So, couple of offsets we have to do in the vertical direction, right? Well, nope. Yes, vertical direction. So we have to first go up by 0.20. Then we have to go up by 0.25. And that's where it gets tricky because the lines are very close to each other. So think of 0.20 as 1. And if you want, you can even write this down. So 0.20, 0.25, 0.125, because we have to get the top of this angled line right here. And then 0.375. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 4 offsets. So I am going to start offset. My first offset is going to be in order 0.20. So I'm going to type in 0.20. And I am going to offset right here. Boom. Now, my next one is, I'm going to wait for you guys to think it out. Good. 0.25. 0.25. Look how close that is. Do not get confused. I promise you, you will. It's okay if you do, but just remember that you can dimension these construction lines to see. Now, we only know that this line right here that we have to offset by is by 0.125. What I've been doing is I've been having you guys offset from the origin line. We're going to start offsetting from the lines that we made before. So I have to go 0.125, or in fraction form, tell me. Good, 1/8. Now I have to go 0.125 or an eighth of an inch from the 0.20 line. So 0.20, I'm going to go up 0.125. Now I have to go up again 0.375. So I'm going to start that from here because as we can see, it's 0.375 from the top. 0.375. Now, we're not done yet. we have to go all the way from left to right. So we have to go 0.25 first, 0.30. Now, we don't have to do anything about 1.5 because we already have that there. We don't have to worry about this because we have to go zero point 0.5. If you guys really want to do it, we can go zero point 0.5 from the right line. So I'm going to go 0.25, then I'm going to go 0.30. Oops, I forgot one. 0.125. Now 0.125 is going to be from the 30 mark. So I'm going to go 0.25 first, offset, 0.25. And what's 0.25 in a fraction? Good, quarter of an inch, 1/4. Now I have to go 0.30. Remember, 0.30 is not a common fraction, so that's okay if you don't know what that is in fraction form. Now I have to go over an eighth, or 1.25. As you can see, it comes from this line right here that shows that it's 125. But it's going 0.125 over from the 30 mark, or I'm sorry, 0.30. As you guys progress, I'm going to get more into engineering terminology. I want you guys to gain an understanding of that. Okay, engineering machining terminology. So we have our 25 mark, 0.25, quarter of an inch. We have our 0.30 mark. We have our 0.125 mark. We have our 0.20 mark. We have our 0.25 mark. We have our, what line is this? 0.125 mark. Then we have our 0.375 mark. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift over 0.5. 0.5 is half of an inch. So, boom. Oops, I made a mistake. Escape, right click, delete. It's okay to make mistakes, y'all, as long as you catch them, okay? You learn from your mistakes. So I'm going to do that again, 0.5. Now I'm going to go over here, 0.5. You guys kind of see where we're headed with this? Kind of see what we got going on? Now, usually I am a fan. I promise you, I am a fan of having my screen on full display. But because of the intricity, I'm sorry, that's probably not even a word. Let me zoom out. What's a good word? I don't know. I'm an engineer, not an English major. Um, but because of how tedious this is, I'm gonna have this basically as far out as possible. Okay. So what I do now, I start drawing. I'm gonna go into my object layer property. I go to object. I go to lines. Now this is where my start point's at, right? Now I'm gonna go from my start point all the way to the 2.25 line. So remember, this is 0.20, this is 0.25. So from here, 0.25, look at that, 0.375. Now from 0.25, I go over to my other 0.25. That's the first one I make. Now, you guys are probably saying, Mister, what do we do after this? Now, what I can do is I can type in, or I can subtract, right? So as we see here, 1.50 minus 0.25 here, minus 2.5 here is what? 1. So I'm going to type in 1 right here. Would you look at that? I get to connect it to my 0.25 line. Boom. Now I get to go to my 0.375 line. So this is going to be my home line. This is going to be my 0.20 line. This is my 0.25. This is my 0.125. This is my 0.375. Now I get to go over 0.50, right? Look at that. Look how easy that is. Now, we're probably trying to figure out, what is this length right here? We don't have no dimensions for that. That's okay. What you're not going to do is you're not going to assume that's 0.125. So to go about this, I'm going to press escape right here. I'm going to start another line. So I want to go from my 0.125 line. So again, this is my home line. This is my 0.20 line. This is my 0.25 line. This is my 0.125 line. So I know I'm going to be in this line, right? Let me select it. Now, I want to find my other 1.25 lines to see where they intersect so where I can start my angled 45-degree angled line. So this is my home line. This is my 0.25 line. This is my 0.30 line. So then that means this is my 0.125 line. So I go here and oops, I lost it. This is my 1.125 line, right? This is my 0.375 line. This means this is my 1.5 line. So I start here. Now you're probably thinking, where do I go? Well, I have to figure out. Um, Actually, sorry. I start from my 0.30 line. So my home line, my 0.25 line, my 0.30 line, right? So I go from here. I apologize for that, for the misconfusion. So I know this is my 0.30 line, right? Now I have to go from my 1.5 line. So this is my 3.75 line. There we go. So I go from here. Now I get to go to my 1.25 line. Sorry about that. Now we know that it stops at the 50 line. So I'm going to go from right here to right here and then go up. I press escape. Now we have to make sure we finish this up. Escape. I am going to turn off my construction layer property. Now you're probably trying to figure out, Mister, what do we do? What's next? So you guys know how you like to do these little hearts, right? Well, and go like this and all that. Again, we do that for here. I type in the command join. Once I type in join, I press enter. Now, I am going to create the hidden line of symmetry that we want to reflect over. So if I hover my mouse over my constraint and I draw back a little bit, I get to draw from there perfectly straight. So this is all one drawing. Now, I'm going to press escape. I'm going to select my mirror function. Mirror. Press enter. Now, I click the endpoint because that's my line of symmetry. This is not my line of symmetry. This is not my line of symmetry. I'm not going to do it like this. I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do it like this. It's not my line of symmetry. I'm going to go like this. Escape. Oh, I made a mistake. Again, that is okay. Select this line right here. Boom. Over the line of symmetry. Erase source object. No, we do not. I'm also going to erase this line. Delete. Now, I'm going to turn on my construction lines. Would you guys look at that? We have a channel plate. Okay? So, I know you guys are going to probably ask for dimensions, so I'm going to create another video to this. I will see you guys soon.